Here's my countdown of 10 romance anime that I believe you simply have to watch. Each of these series brings something uniquely genuine to the table. Without wasting any time on long intros, let's dive right into the recommendation. We begin at number 10 with a series that many consider comfort food for the soul. This restaurant-themed anime isn't just about food, it's secretly about family bonds and the awkwardness of first love. In this show, a tall girl and a short boy initially clash because of their height complexes. Their constant bickering and playful insults mask deeper insecurities that only time and shared experiences can reveal. As they navigate the turbulent halls of high school, their unlikely connection slowly blossoms. What starts as mutual mockery, earning them a quirky nickname among their classmates, gradually transforms into a partnership built on genuine understanding. Each episode introduces a new customer at the family-run diner, with every visitor's unique life story adding an extra layer of warmth and spice to the narrative. The playful, expressive animation captures the roller coaster of adolescent romance with humor and heart, celebrating the little moments, a shared smile over a bowl of rice, a gentle exchange between friends, that define true connection. Flowing from that tender tale of first love, at number 9 we have an understated gem that redefines high school romance. Imagine a quiet, introverted girl who slowly finds her inner strength through a shared passion for literature. In this touching story, we meet a shy student whose resemblance to a horror movie character has earned her a nickname and isolated her from her peers. Her life changes when the popular and kind-hearted boy in her class takes an interest in her authentic nature. In this series, this thoughtful classmate helps her discover not just the enchanting world of classic books, but also her own value as a person, worthy of friendship and love. As they bond over novels and quiet library moments, their connection deepens in a very organic way. What makes this anime special is how it portrays the girl's gradual emergence from her shell. We see her tentatively forming friendships with two spirited female classmates whose unwavering support creates a safe space for her to grow. Every small victory, from a successful group project to her first genuine smile in class, feels monumental because we've witnessed her struggles. What sets this show apart is its gentle narrative pace and the realistic portrayal of how trust and meaningful conversation can spark a romance that feels genuine and enduring. There are no contrived misunderstandings that last for episodes. Instead, we see honest communication and the natural nervousness of young love. Every scene is bathed in warm hues, making you feel like you're in a cozy haven where every word matters. The delicate animation captures the subtlest shifts in expression, a lowered gaze, a hesitant smile, that speak volumes about the characters' inner worlds. This beautiful anime reminds us that sometimes the most profound connections begin with simply being seen for who you truly are. This is my number 9, Kimi ni Todoke, From Me to You. Next, shifting gears from high school to the modern workplace, my number 8 pick is a romance that proves love isn't confined to school corridors. This anime follows two office workers in their 20s who are, in a delightful twist, secret anime and manga enthusiasts, with who hides her otaku lifestyle for fear of judgment, while the male lead is an unapologetic gamer who carries his console everywhere. Their journey unfolds amidst the everyday pressures of professional life, where deadlines, coffee breaks, and office politics form the backdrop to an unexpectedly charming romance. What makes this series stand out is how it portrays adult relationships with refreshing honesty. When the two main characters decide to date, there's no dramatic confession scene or rose-tinted fantasy. Instead, there's a practical conversation about compatibility and shared interests. Their dynamic is complemented by another otaku couple in their office, a cosplay enthusiast, and her boyfriend who writes fan comics. These four friends form a support system united by their passions, creating a space where they can be their authentic selves. Rather than relying on grand gestures, the series finds beauty in the mundane. Gaming sessions that turn into heart-to-hearts, sharing an umbrella on a rainy day, a quiet moment over after-hours snacks, or the unscripted camaraderie that develops when co-workers truly understand each other. The animation style mirrors this grounded approach, with clean lines and realistic settings that transitioning from modern settings to historical elegance. At At number 7, we journey into Victorian England with a series that exudes timeless charm. This period drama introduces us to a young maid whose quiet resilience and dignified demeanor capture the heart of a gentleman from high society. What makes this period drama exceptional is its meticulous attention to historical detail. The series recreates 1885 London with stunning accuracy, from the gas lamps lining cobblestone streets to the elaborate etiquette of afternoon tea. This isn't just window dressing, it creates a vivid world where social class divides form seemingly insurmountable barriers to true connection. Set against the backdrop of refined manners and rigid social expectations, their connection grows through subtle gestures, a shared glance across a crowded room, a kind act in the midst of a formal affair, or a gentle touch that transcends class boundaries. The young woman's quiet strength lies in her dedication to her work and her principles, trained by a former governess whose teachings about dignity and self-respect shaped the maid's worldview. The supporting characters add rich dimensions to the story, from the gentleman's privileged friend, a prince from India whose outsider perspective challenges British social norms, to the wealthy family members whose reactions to the unsuitable affection range from supportive to coldly calculating. Every frame is meticulously crafted, with period costumes and exquisite architecture that transport you to another era. The animation uses soft, watercolor-like palettes that evoke Victorian paintings, creating an atmosphere of restrained beauty. The pacing is deliberately slow, allowing love to blossom through everyday acts rather than dramatic declarations. When the maid polishes a teapot or the young man adjusts his cravat, these simple actions carry emotional weight because of what remains unspoken between them. At number 7, Emma, a Victorian romance, evokes both nostalgia and genuine emotion, a reminder that across time periods and social divides, the language of love remains universal. At number 6, we venture into the supernatural, a series that turns an ancient curse into a heartwarming exploration of healing and love. In this touching story, a kind-hearted orphan girl becomes entwined with a mysterious family whose members are cursed to transform into animals of the Chinese zodiac when embraced by someone of the opposite sex. What begins as a seemingly light-hearted premise, the girl accidentally discovering the family secret and being invited to live with 3 of the family members, gradually reveals itself as a profound journey through trauma, acceptance, and redemption. Each Zodiac member carries hidden wounds and personal demons, yet the girl's warmth and acceptance begin to mend these deep-seated insecurities. The central romance develops organically against this backdrop of family drama. The girl forms connections with both the prince of her high school, who transforms into a rat, and the hot-headed outcast who becomes a cat, an animal rejected from the zodiac. Their rivalry for her affection is never played as a simplistic love triangle, but rather as part of their own healing journeys. As they compete, they grow, learning to process their own pain and open themselves to genuine connection. The narrative uses the fantastical curse as a powerful metaphor for family trauma and personal barriers. There's something profoundly moving about watching these characters who physically transform when embraced, gradually allowing themselves emotional vulnerability. The 2019 remake particularly excels in its visual storytelling, with animation that captures both whimsical transformation sequences and the subtle emotional shifts that mark character growth. The animation skillfully shifts between humorous, quirky transformation moments and tender, emotionally charged scenes that reveal true character. Though surrounded by supernatural elements, the relationships feel grounded in authentic emotion, showcasing how love in its many forms, like romantic, familial, platonic, can help us face our darkest fears. It's a slow burn romance that's as touching as it is clever. Coming in at number 6, Fruits Basket reminds us that sometimes accepting others means first learning to accept ourselves. Moving to number 5, we embrace a story where music heals even the deepest wounds. This poignant anime introduces us to a once promising piano prodigy who can no longer hear the sound of his own playing after the traumatic death of his mother. His monochrome world is suddenly flooded with color when he meets a free-spirited violinist who challenges him to return to the stage. What elevates this series beyond typical romance is its breathtaking audio-visual harmony. Classical performances transform into moving works of art, where every note is a brushstroke of emotion, blending vibrant colors and dynamic light to express what words can't. When the violinist plays, convention shatters around her. When the pianist returns to the keyboard, we witness the physical manifestation of his emotional barriers breaking down note by note. Their relationship develops through music, each performance revealing vulnerability that they struggle to express in words. The girl's unconventional approaches to classical pieces reflect her desire to reach audiences with raw emotion rather than technical perfection, directly challenging the boy's rigid training. The supporting characters provide essential depth: a childhood friend wrestling with evolving feelings, a fellow musician whose own journey parallels the protagonists, and rival pianists whose respect for the main character drives their own growth. The visual language of the series is as carefully composed as its soundtrack. Cherry blossoms and brilliant April light symbolize renewal, while recurring motifs of water represent both drowning in grief and the flowing freedom of authentic expression. This isn't just a tale of romance, it's a journey of rediscovery, where friendship and music combine to create a symphony of hope and resilience. The narrative doesn't shy away from difficult themes: grief, illness, and the pressure of expectation, but treats them with nuance and respect. Halfway through my list at number 5, Your Lie in April reminds us of the transformative power of art and connection, showing how the right person can help us find our voice again, even when we thought it was lost forever. From the genre of music, we shift to a fantastical world where love defies even the boundaries of reality. Begins as an awkward, reluctant arrangement, gradually turns into a slow-burning romance. Built at number 3, we find a refreshing take on high school romance that shatters conventional genre tropes. This heartwarming series centers on an impressively tall, muscular high school boy with a heart of gold, who has always been overlooked by girls in favor of his handsome best friend. Everything changes when he saves a petite girl from an awkward situation on the train, and to his astonishment, she develops feelings for him rather than his friend. What makes this series stand out is its emphasis on emotional intelligence and communication. Instead of falling into a predictable love triangle, the story focuses on the gentle, genuine evolution of their relationship. The protagonist's immediate assumption that the girl must like his friend could easily become a drawn-out misunderstanding, but instead his honest feelings are quickly clarified thanks to his friend's supportive guidance. This series subverts expectations at every turn. The male lead, despite his intimidating appearance, is endearingly innocent and sensitive. The female lead, though initially seeming fragile and shy, demonstrates remarkable determination and creativity, particularly through her passion for baking. The best friend, rather than competing for the girl's affection, becomes their most loyal supporter, offering quiet wisdom when they need it most. Their interactions are filled with sweet, unforced moments that highlight the beauty of true affection and the warmth of newfound connection. The animation style enhances this charm, with expressive character designs that capture the boy's larger-than-life emotions and the girl's delicate blushes with equal care. There's something genuinely heartwarming about watching the protagonist's boisterous enthusiasm tempered by his gentle consideration for the girl's feelings. There's a playful balance between light-hearted humor and sincere emotion that makes every scene feel real and relatable. The supporting cast, from the boy's loving parents to the various friends they make along the way, creates a world where healthy relationships are celebrated and nurtured. Earning the bronze medal at number 3, My Love Story reminds us that true connection comes not from dramatic misunderstandings or superficial attraction, but from valuing someone for who they truly are. At number 2, we delve into a more mature narrative that explores second chances and the complexity of love beyond youthful infatuation. This thoughtful series follows a 27-year-old man struggling with unemployment and the lingering trauma of workplace bullying. When offered a mysterious pill by a research laboratory, he suddenly appears 10 years younger and is sent back to high school for a one-year experiment designed to rehabilitate those not in education, employment, or training. What begins as a fish-out-of-water comedy evolves into a thoughtful exploration of regret, growth, and connection. At school, he meets a brilliant but socially awkward female student whose past scars make her hesitant to trust. Neither realizes that the other is also a participant in the same experiment, creating a unique dynamic where they're both adults navigating the complications of teenage social life while carrying the wisdom and wounds of their true ages. The genius of this series lies in how it uses the high school setting not for typical teen drama, but as a laboratory for emotional growth. Through interactions with genuine teenagers like the academically competitive girl, the athletic boy, and the inseparable friends, both adult participants learn how their defense mechanisms have limited their ability to connect with others. Their conversations are refreshingly real, filled with honest discussions about past regrets and the hopes for a new beginning. There's a particular poignancy to moments where their adult perspectives provide clarity on teenage problems, while simultaneously highlighting how they've failed to apply similar wisdom to their own lives. The setting isn't hyperdramatic but grounded in realism, with every dialogue and subtle look echoing the complexities of adult relationships. The animation captures these nuances through careful attention to body language and facial expressions, using a clean, contemporary style that emphasizes emotional authenticity over stylization. The bittersweet premise that their memories of this year will be erased when the experiment ends adds urgency to their growth and deepening connection. Our silver medalist at number 2, Re-Life, reminds us that sometimes moving forward means revisiting the past with new eyes and an open heart. And finally, at number 1, we have a series that redefines empathy in romance. This groundbreaking anime begins with 5 high school students who form a student cultural research club. The impulsive boy, the reserved girl, the level-headed class representative, the cheerful female athlete, and the childlike boy. Their ordinary club activities are upended when they suddenly begin to swap bodies at random, an unexplained phenomenon controlled by a mysterious being. This unusual circumstance forces them to literally experience each other's lives and hidden emotions. What starts as confusion and awkward comedy slowly transforms into a profound exploration of understanding and connection. The body swapping is just the first of several supernatural phenomena that force the group to confront uncomfortable truths. They release their innermost desires without restraint, revert to childhood versions of themselves, and experience random bursts of extreme emotion. What elevates this anime beyond its high-concept premise is how these supernatural elements serve as catalysts for genuine character development. Each phenomenon strips away another layer of pretense, revealing the insecurities each character has carefully hidden. The female lead's uncertainty about her true self beneath her people-pleasing facade, the class rep's fear of vulnerability, the athletic girl's trauma-induced fear of men, the youngest boy's feelings of inadequacy, and the main male protagonist's self-destructive impulse to help others at his own expense. The romantic elements develop naturally through this forced intimacy. As they literally experience life through each other's perspectives, previous assumptions and misunderstandings give way to profound empathy. The animation excels in subtle character acting. The slight changes in posture and expression when one character inhabits another's body provide both comedy and emotional depth. Each body swap reveals layers of vulnerability, challenging the characters to confront their inner struggles while forging bonds that transcend physical boundaries. The result is a narrative that's as heart-wrenching as it is thought-provoking, a true celebration of empathy and the power of shared experience. Taking the top spot on our list at number 1, Kokoro Connect reminds us that true intimacy begins when we allow others to see not just our best selves, but our whole selves, fears, flaws, and all. If you enjoyed these recommendations, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to keep track of every show you love, check out my fully customizable anime tracker link in the description.